Tonight on Ramblers Unleashed. Which one of you freaks are getting up early for Crown Jewel this Saturday? Why is Baron not going to be around this weekend? How early do you think Dizzy will start watching Crown Jewel? Chicago Max is in a mood tonight. Good luck. All this and more next on Ramblers Unleashed.
This video contains gratuitous use of profanity and uncomfortable pauses to compensate for lack of professionalism and original thought. Viewer discretion advised.
The wrestling podcast that sets all other podcasts apart. Covering news from the world of WWE, AEW, TNA, and more. Your favorite weekly episodic podcast, Ramblers Unleashed, starts now.
Yeah, it's your Tuesday night delight. Welcome back to Ramblers Unleashed. We have a lot to dive into tonight, and it feels like forever since we've been on. So let's go ahead, because I've honestly missed introducing my friends here. And we'll start with the man that is higher than a 747 jet airliner, our resident happy guy, whose catchphrase is and will always be, "Sir, please." Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, golfers clap for the one, the only Baron. How you doing, buddy?
Great, guys. Great. I counting down my days left of the work week. Flying on that 747 out of the state I live in and enjoy some peace and quiet, I should say.
There you go. I am about to be that way too, just going to the other side of the country and going to Florida in November. I'm really excited about it. Really excited about getting some sunshine. But Baron, I hope you have a safe trip. I hope you have fun where you're going. Where are you going? You're going to California, right?
No, going to Arizona.
Arizona. Okay.
Arizona. See family. Yeah, I am too. With all the shit that's currently happening, I'm hoping there's no fucking delays in my flight, because I'm starting to see a lot of airports starting to delay flights. So I'm like, fuck, that's my luck. I'm gonna be there, and I'm gonna wait another fucking 2 hours. So there could be Angry Baron in the coming weeks.
We've been looking at flights to go to Florida, and it's weird because they fluctuate. Like the prices keep going up and down. One for like a round trip, it was maybe $80, and then it just spiked to 124 or some shit.
So you probably, because I watch tickets all the time. We travel, right?
Yeah.
They have. It depends where you're flying. Are you fly Southwest?
Yeah, we're flying Southwest.
Yes. So they always have weird deal specials on a weekly cadence, right?
Yeah.
So you get it at the right time. You see it at a cheap price. You might as well buy it because it won't be there the next day, right? Always pay attention to when they're having them on sale and grab them then, because they are going to be cheap. But it's going to get cheaper probably because not as many people are going to be flying with what's happening. So, dude, definitely get them when you see them $80 because you're not. That's a cheap fucking.
That's a cheap fucking flight for sure. And I haven't flown since 2009, 2010, something like that. So
fuck. Let's Dizzy. Are we? Where do we stand with flights? Are you scared of them?
No. I'm not. No, I'm not scared of them at all. The takeoff is like the only thing that kind of bugs me, but after we're in the air, I'm good. And if I could get like a cocktail, like an in-flight beer or a drink or something like that, I'll be okay. But they're expensive. They're expensive.
Yeah, they are expensive. I've gotten a couple times where I got a little dizzy on my flight. No pun intended. Get those tickets, man. Life's too short. Go where you want to go if you got the money. Even if you don't got money, go ahead and go broke with your credit card. Do it. Life's
yeah. I definitely don't want to do that. But Baron, I hope you have fun in Arizona and safe travels, friend.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah, while you're down there, just be careful. Last time I was there, I saw them guys in the orange robes. They just burst right into flames. It was bad.
Baron,
you talking about the chain gang?
No, I think they call themselves Hare Krishnas or something.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God. Baron, we got your buzzkill moment coming up a little later on in the program.
Love it.
Last but not least, well, not last but not least, I should say next up is our neighborhood heel, because he's always got his intro, but a man with more wrestling knowledge in his pinky finger than Tony Khan could ever muster up with his toy figures, and the only guy that I know that pops bigger for Joel Gertner than any of us. You can address him as Mr. Magius, but we call him the mighty Maximus Magius. Golfers clap. How are you, sir?
Hey, listen, I want to point something out real quick. Joel Gertner is a misunderstood genius.
Very much so.
I'm sorry, but he is. It's a fact. And listen, here's the thing, okay? I have had my moments. This last couple of weeks have not been easy, and that's how you got stuck with Chicago Max temporarily. I promise this is a thing, and it could be a thing for a while, but we're going to get through it. Why? Because that's what we do. These people over here, they put up with just about anything as long as I direct it at these people over here.
Technically, that would be those people down there.
Are you calling Baron more than one person?
No, our chatters are on the bottom.
Rude, but that
YouTube.
Rude. And listen, as far as flights go, I've always liked flying, but I have a small problem. I don't know if you can tell this. I got a little bit of a weight problem. I haven't had a seatbelt buckled in, 5 years on a plane, because only one time have they brought me the little extender and I can't buckle it. I just can't get it. It spreads out enough to buckle, but I can't get my hands into the right, because they come over all the way over here on your right side, and you can't or on your left, depending on which side of the aisle you're on. But I just can't get down there to connect them. If it was in the center, I'd be able to do it, but that's not how they designed those things. However, that being said, my trip home from Chicago, while it was delayed and I didn't get home until 3 hours after I was supposed to be here, I did buckle that seatbelt. So, damn it, that's a win.
There you go. That is absolutely a win. Max, we got your Desk of Max Mages coming up here in just a few moments, but I will let you take the floor.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a bad couple of weeks. Let me tell you something. I need you guys, all of you. And let me tell you why. It's because it's been a bad couple of weeks. Without you guys over here, we'd be three idiots just staring at each other. I mean, technically, we kind of still are, but that's beside the point. You guys give us a reason to be here and stare at each other. And I want to thank you guys. I want you guys to give yourselves a round of applause as the fourth member of the Ramblers crew. Now up next. This is a man that needs no introduction, but he deserves one. And like I said last week, it's like when that booker doesn't want to book themselves to win a title, but they've totally busted their asses to earn it. This man has earned an introduction. He's just too humble to give himself one. And damn it, even if I'm Chicago Max, I still recognize the fact that he deserves an introduction. So, ladies and gentlemen, the man with the golden voice, the man who gave us the identity of Ramblers, the man who puts all the stories together that we tell you all about when we're sitting here in front of these cameras. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for my best friend, Dizzy.
Well, thank you, Max. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And we're going to have some fun tonight because we got a lot to talk about. Of course, NXT Showdown versus TNA. What a show that was. That was huge. It was actually, it went really, really well. I wasn't quite sure how they would be able to pull it off, but boy, they pulled it off big time, man. That was a huge show.
Well, I'm here with you guys. It's airing right now in my neck of the woods, so I didn't get to see it yet.
Oh, yeah. Well, when you see it, dude, you're going to be floored. It's an amazing show.
I will say this. From what I heard, the most important thing to take out of tonight is woo, woo, woo.
Woo, woo, woo. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think that is, but it's weird that it's not airing now for you. I don't understand that at all.
We cut the cable. And
Gotcha. Okay.
I was using VPN, a VPN thing to catch it on Netflix for now. And they kept cutting off all my locations on the VPN. I can't get any of it through Netflix, not even Raw, which is weird. So we have it through Tableau, but it doesn't air until 8 o'clock my time, which means it started right about the time we were getting together to go over the stories for the night.
Got it.
Oh, sorry. Right, we were getting together for the production meeting because that's what we do.
We do. We have a production meeting.
We got a production meeting. We got to bring notes. We got to bring donuts. It's a whole fucking big ordeal.
And don't forget beer. Okay.
Yeah, I should have.
And I want you guys to know we totally do not talk any shit about you in the production meetings.
No, we do not talk shit about Sean at all on the production meetings. You're right about that.
I haven't watched TV from an antenna in a long time. I mean, I have one, but where I'm positioned, I don't get very good reception, and I don't get that many channels. So I just
that shit work still.
Yeah, antennas. Hell yeah, dude. You can get all, dude. The last time I was on an antenna, I got about 64 channels, which was it fucking blew my mind.
Wow,
blew my mind.
Like the little antenna on top of your TV, right?
No, put an antenna on top of your house. Or you can, if you're in the city, you can put the antenna like wherever the towers are facing in your window, and scan it, and you'll get like a shit ton of channels.
I mean, how else do you get the best public access stations if you don't have an antenna?
Exactly. Well, I mean, you have to pay for it on cable, but that's besides the point. CW, that's the good thing about CW is that it's free. It's over the air. You don't have to pay for a cable subscription like you do with the other services and watch wrestling. You can watch TNA every week for free.
Cable in this economy?
Yeah, right. I know. It's time to cut the cord. But anyway, what did you think of NXT Showdown? Let us know in the comments below. If you're here on YouTube, if you're over on X, or maybe you're watching us on our Twitch, let us know what you thought of NXT Showdown. Honestly, I thought it was a really, really good show, but we'll probably die. I'm sure there's going to be some news that's going to come of it later on. And if there is, we will definitely dive into it. But let's go right to the desk of Max Magius because we got some breaking news thanks to ringsidenews.com. And Rajah Jackson, we talked about him on the show. Of course, he had his whole incident with Syko Stu at Knox Pro Wrestling event on August 23rd. But now he's officially facing criminal charges following the violent assault on Syko Stu, real name Stuart Smith, and the details are confirmed. The LA Times actually reported that Jackson, son of UFC legend Quentin Rampage Jackson, will be hit with a felony count of battery causing serious bodily injury and one misdemeanor count of battery. And this wasn't just a wrestling storyline gone wrong. Prosecutors say Jackson's actions were serious enough to warrant a sentencing enhancement due to damage inflicted. According to the report, and I quote, prosecutors will also seek sentencing enhancement because Jackson allegedly caused Stuart Smith great bodily injury, end quote. Now, the beating left Stu hospitalized with a lacerated lip, several teeth knocked out too, and authorities claim Jackson body slammed him before punching him in the head and face more than 20 times. The development marks kind of a turning point in the story that gained global attention. Jackson, previously a streamer on Kick, has since been banned from the platform over his involvement in the incident. And meanwhile, Stu's been recovering since he's been released from the hospital in late August, and a GoFundMe campaign raised over $220,000 to support all of his medical needs. The top donators were from Mr. Beast, Chris Jericho, Finn Balor, Nick Nemeth, Jack Perry, and Swerve Strickland. Golfers clap for those guys. Now that the charges on record are on record, Jackson's legal battle is just beginning in the wrestling world. We'll definitely be watching closely. So, Max, are you going to be watching this story very closely too?
Oh yeah, definitely. And here's the thing. Max and Chicago Max are very much in agreement that the charges were definitely necessary. Now, I do have a slight issue with this. Before I get to the issue, there's a lot of people out there that may not know what the difference between assault and battery is. In this case, they're charging him with battery instead of assault. Assault is the threat of imminent harm or a threatening physical act that instills fear of physical injury. Battery is actual unlawful physical contact with another person. The key difference is that assault lacks physical contact, but battery always requires it, even if it's an offensive or minimal touch, such as spitting on someone. In many cases, assault and battery are separate crimes, and a single incident can involve both. Here's the thing. Assault was committed. It was battery. It meets the definition of battery. My problem with this whole thing is it was definitely a premeditated assault, premeditated battery, whichever one of those you want to apply to it. He sat there at ringside knowing he was going to get in that ring and deliver a receipt. But had it not been for intervention from other people, I guarantee you Raja would have not stopped beating him until he was dead. So I'm sorry, but I disagree with this. I do believe that turned into attempted murder if it had not been for the outside help of other people. And I think that's what this charge should be. This should be an attempted murder charge, which carries a stiffer sentence than battery. In fact, I can look it up. I can tell you what his worst sentence for battery could be.
Well, I'm just kind of curious too, because if his charges do get upgraded to a battery, or to assault or whatever he needs to be officially charged with, not these charges, but whatever officially he needs to be charged with. I'm wondering if Knox Pro shouldn't go after him too.
I have an issue with them as well because from my understanding, they didn't do what they should have done.
Mm-hmm.
They allowed this to happen knowing that he had no idea what he was doing when he went out there. I think Knox should be charged with something. I don't think that Knox should be going after anybody in this. Now, I don't necessarily think that he should get life in prison for his attempt at murder, but he should definitely get more than it looks like 10-year term for this because it was aggravated batteries and it was not involving a firearm. This is only going to reduce. It's possible. I'm not saying this is what's happening. I don't want to disparage the police because I feel they put in a lot of effort investigating this, but it feels like they went light charges because of who he is. That's what it feels like. Because if you watch that video, as we did, we all watched it. I don't know about you guys over here, but we watched it.
Well, and you also have to think about what his lawyers are bargaining with the courts with, and what the prosecuting attorney is.
Yes, but the initial charges being filed will get filed first. Then they will talk to his attorney and him to possibly bargain into a deal. At that point, they will amend the charges. And what they did was they filed the charges for felony battery. I would have gone the whole 9 yards and negotiated, if that was the plan, to something lesser. I would have started at what I wanted, that the evidence shows that I could get, and then work something with the other attorney.
Yeah, I mean, we'll just have to watch what happens with this. I'm sure that Stu's got a good attorney fighting for him, which he needs. But we'll watch this story, and if anything else develops, we will definitely let you know. Let's move on to Rikishi, man. This is kind of an interesting story. He's actually not keeping quiet about what he sees as a missed opportunity in the WWE. The Hall of Famer spoke out on his podcast about Jacob Fatu's current run, and he's clearly frustrated by how the WWE has handled the Rising Stars momentum in 2025. So according to Rikishi, Fatu had all the tools and fire behind him when he showed up, which he did, but WWE seems to have taken its foot off the gas and a little bit of brakes there. Rikishi also pointed to Fatu's recent feud with Drew McIntyre as a possible turning point, but only if the WWE decides to take it seriously and invest in long-term payoff. He made it clear that the company hasn't fully tapped into what Fatu brings to the table, and Rikishi believes that they're holding back instead of pushing him into the spotlight where he belongs. Rikishi's message is pretty clear. Jacob Fatu is a star power, but WWE needs to stop playing it safe and give him the real push that he deserves. If they don't act soon, they can miss out on a massive opportunity. Now, to be fair, and I want to hear what you guys think too, and I want to hear what our chatters think. I don't think they utilized Rikishi the way that they should have utilized him back in the Attitude Era. He had so much potential, and they just paired him with Too Cool and told him, hey, go out there and stick your ass in someone's face and dance. And I just think that Rikishi had way too much potential to just do that. Your thoughts, Marin?
Well, I get what you're saying. Yeah, but Rikishi, you got to remember, we always get caught up on this, like, well, were they a world champion type of ordeal to make the push, right? I mean, he was put in the Hall of Fame, tag team time, multiple tag team champion, intercontinental champion. But the biggest thing is he was around and was like one of the, there's a lot of people we could talk about with the Attitude Era transition, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got to remember he was a very big, large part of that with Too Cool. He played a large part with the Worm and the dancing. Like he had his place for sure. Now he is 100% right about Jacob Fatu. I've said this on the show multiple fucking times. He's underutilized, but I feel like he's going through something too, to where he was off scene a little bit. The last couple of weeks, he's had a lot of promos being cut and doing promos, like video promos and stuff like that. So, like, he's definitely getting more. It's just we're in a weird spot right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I'm not a huge fan of it. Roman Reigns made sense. Cody Rhodes doesn't make sense. Okay. What I mean by that is Roman Reigns as a champion made a ton of sense. The look, the feel, the aura. Paul Heyman. There's a reason why he held that belt for so long. It made it believable that nobody could beat him. Because technically speaking, nobody could. Cody Rhodes, in another sense, I feel as if is totally different in that. But they're gatekeeping that belt on him because he is very popular, obviously, probably with merchandise and everything else. And then on the other hand, we have Seth Rollins as a champion, right? So those are two guys that really, technically speaking, don't need the title, but have the title. So when it comes to pushing young guys like a Fatu, your only direction is like the IC title or United States title, right? So there's only so far he can go, and he's already reached the United States title, right? So the next step is what? World title. Because we can argue all day, but I do believe IC title and United States is pretty much the same.
Pretty much.
I don't see, back, if you said that about 15 years ago, IC title was 100% the second rated title on the roster. That is no longer the case. We got 2 world titles out there. That's not what it is. So I don't know. I think, yes, absolutely underutilized. Rikishi is 100% right about that. And Fatu is not the only one underutilized on that roster. There's a lot of guys that should be far ahead of where they're at. Penta being close.
Yeah. 2 world titles on 2 completely different brands just doesn't, I don't know, it just doesn't make sense to me. It's never made sense to me, but I agree with Rikishi. When Jacob came in and was officially part of Solo Sikoa's faction, he was strong. That dude was so strong. And then they put Solo and Jacob in a feud. And I think that just slowed him down. I think the feud with Solo Sikoa honestly slowed Jacob Fatu down quite a bit, Max. Would you agree with that?
I don't know. I think it was a necessary feud, and I think it advances the Bloodline story, because no matter what anybody thinks, the Bloodline story is not over yet. And I'm gonna be honest with you, you're not gonna like the fact that we're about to see Bloodline versus Bloodline again here real soon, but we're not gonna see it the way it seems like we're gonna see it. There's a couple of new names getting ready to come in. And we got a couple of people returning. And the thing about it is, though, for anybody that thinks Jacob Fatu is not being booked strong still, there was a post on Facebook a couple weeks ago after SmackDown when somebody was whining about the fact that Drew McIntyre delivered his signature move, the Glasgow Kiss, and Jacob Fatu no-sold it. Listen, you dumb son of a bitch. When you headbutt a Samoan, that's what happens. Okay, you don't headbutt them because you're the one that gets hurt, not them. The thing about it is they are still making Jacob Fatu strong. They're just not – he's not getting as much airtime as he deserves. That's the real problem here. And that's what's not being focused on. And I do agree with Sean over here. Rikishi does think that if his family does not hold all the titles, then obviously they're not being booked right. So there is a point there. There is a point where, yes, they're not being utilized enough, and I agree with that part of it. But Rikishi, I love you, man. You're gonna have to be patient. It's coming. I promise you. Jacob Fatu is gonna be in bigger stories in the coming months. I promise you that's gonna happen. But your whole family does not need to hold belts. That would be like putting 9 titles on one person. It's just not necessary. All right?
I agree. I totally agree. We'll just have to keep an eye on what happened, what WWE decides to do with Rikishi.
Yeah, real quick, though. Let me just point one more thing out here.
Go for it.
We heard it on commentary for months. We've seen it on TV. Here's what happens when you look at stuff. Jacob Fatu was all the way here, and now he's all the way kind of down here to this level, right? So, why did the decline happen? Because, it's a real decline of what happened to him. Is he still kind of over with the crowd? Yes, but it's not where WWE has elevated. Just like I never understood why they never elevated LA Knight. Some of these mysteries just don't make fucking sense, right? And we're getting to the point where we sit here and we complain about AEW's roster, right? How talented they are, but they're just not booked properly. I am this close to doing the same exact thing with WWE. And even in a more violently way, because I love WWE. So
now, I do want to make a point about what Baron just said. And part of the problem here is that Triple H has been handicapped to an extent. He's got to follow the rules of the corporate overlords on how he does things. Yes, they're giving him a little more leash than Vince would have, but they're still Saudi Mania is a really big example. That's not going to be anything from creative. That's going to be, well, this is what they requested us to book. That's because the corporate overlords have some say in all this. But at the end of the day, Jacob Fatu does deserve to have a top spot. LA Knight is in the spotlight right now. I feel his time is coming. Vince never wanted to book him the way he should have been booked, but Triple H has been trying. I will give him that. And I think LA Knight's time is coming. I don't know how soon it's going to be, but I think it's coming. I want to touch on merch sales real quick because Baron said something about Cody having high merch sales. And while, yes, what I'm seeing does imply that he does, I'm seeing John Cena has been a top seller over the course of this year.
Of course.
Karrion Kross and Joe Hendry were noted for topping T-shirt sales in specific weeks. in spring of 2025. And I do mean WWE t-shirt sales. Joe Hendry, especially because of his WrestleMania appearance, blew up in the WWE t-shirt sales. Alexa Bliss has been a top seller. What it says under John Cena, though, is he remains a top merch seller, even amidst his retirement tour, often surpassing current stars like Cody Rhodes at major events, including Royal Rumble 2025. There's one other thing I want to point out. For June of this year, do you know what the top 3 merch sellers were at that time?
Cena, Roman, Jey Uso.
Close, but not quite. Number 3 was R-Truth's Ron Cena shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Number 2 was Karrion Kross's String Them Up shirt. And at number 1 for the month of June was Jey Uso's 4 letters, 1 word, yeet shirt.
Okay, well, just real quick. So that ends all. Those are just highlights for certain months and stuff. So, like, the top 5 t-shirts of the year that has been in the top 10 were, like, number 1 for this. I just found this list. Is John Cena, Roman Reigns, Jey Uso, Cody Rhodes. So, like, he's in the top 5, top seller merchandise, right? That's my thing. But
no, and I was trying to point out that while he is up there, and I even said that he has been getting beat by John Cena and Jey Uso, and your list shows Roman Reigns too. Yeah,
no, absolutely. But still, like, he's the face of the company, kind of bullshit. Like, he's just got that clean face. And what was the point I was gonna make about? Fuck, I've done forgot. The weed got to me. Fuck.
Because
it's back to the Fatu.
Because he got high.
It was back on Fatu, and I don't remember now.
All gas, no brakes.
Yeah, give it to me. Give me a reign. Give me something from him. We need more. Oh, okay. The point I was going back to, like, Triple H hands are tied. I'm done backing that man up. His wife just got put in the Hall of Fame. The man's got more say than everybody on the entire fucking company roster. There's nobody's gonna change my mind on that factor. So he's got a lot more say in booking than anybody else in the corporate level, even TKO. I don't care what anybody says.
Well, I mean,
TKO's picking venues, not booking venues.
Even if you watch Unreal, he's pretty much the guy calling the shots.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he has the opportunity to push these people where he wants to.
Hall of Fame and creative are 2 different things. And while they do give him a lot of leeway, TKO still cracks the whip and decides what's what.
Who got inducted to the Hall of Fame last year?
That wasn't his doing, though. That was his wife went behind his back and arranged that.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So this year he returned the favor. Sure. And you know what? We talked about this last week.
I'm sure.
This is what really bothers me. For several years now, we've been promised a Bray Wyatt induction into the Hall of Fame, and we keep preempting him. Listen, I love these people. I think they deserve to be in the Hall of Fame, but it is past time. Put that man in the Hall of Fame. I'm sorry. Do it.
Yeah, I mean,
put China in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, exactly. Put China in the Hall of Fame.
Put China in the Hall of Fame. Well,
I'm not against that, but I want Bray first.
No, you can't put Bray. Hold on. No. You can't put Bray Wyatt in first over a woman who revolutionized women's wrestling.
I don't deny that she revolutionized women's wrestling, but she didn't die doing what she loved. Bray Wyatt went home sick and died at home while he was still working for the WWE. That's why I think he should go in and then her.
Joni had such a sadder story than Bray, and I love Bray. I love Bray. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, any wrestler passing away is obviously
any wrestler passing away is terrible, but Joni had a sad story, and the way that the WWE treated her versus how he was treated or Bray was treated. she needs to be inducted first. She should have been inducted a long time ago. And
She literally died because of wrestling with drug.
And listen,
right?
What I'm about to say, I'm not trying to take away from anything you guys have said about China. So please know that before I say this. But if we want to get into talking about how WWE has treated people, we have to talk about Sunny. Because where was WWE when she needed the help that would have kept her from the accident that she was in? Well, where was WWE when Brutus needed help with his medical bills? Well, where was WWE when I'm blanking right now. There was a guy that got inducted last year posthumously that had reached out to WWE for years saying, hey, I need help with my medical bills. I need your help. Please help. Huh?
Was it Virgil?
Oh, no, it was not Virgil. Trust me, if it had been Virgil, I would not have brought him up. Hold on.
But then we have to, I mean, we have to talk about Benoit too. You know?
I gotta leave that one. I know, but I gotta leave that one.
Gotta talk about Benoit. If he was having trouble that was caused by wrestling.
Oh no, absolutely. I mean, all these, but it's not just wrestling when we talk about this. We're talking sports, any sport, anything athletic that has down people. They need the support. They need the help. I mean, we have football players like Brett Favre just announced. Doesn't he have Parkinson's now?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that is a direct cause from concussions and things along those lines. So I think sports in general needs something to benefit these athletes.
This isn't.
It's an ongoing issue that I think.
This is another one, and
obviously, you know,
we want Owen in the Hall of Fame, but Mary is so adamant about not even working with the W. And I think Triple H is trying to still mend that relationship, the broken relationship that honestly Vince McMahon caused.
Martha,
yes, thank you. I just don't know especially with Martha's involvement in AEW and using Owen's name in AEW. I just don't know. That's a sticky situation, man.
The answer I was looking for is Kamala. Kamala and his family reached out to WWE for years asking for help, and they didn't receive it.
Mm-hmm.
And Owen, Sean would have to touch on, you guys all would have to touch on my favorite wrestler of all time. No, realistically, we will never see Owen go into the WWE Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
Because despite the fact that WWE has tried to rectify the mistakes of their past when it comes to that, Martha will not accept that. And she blames all iterations of WWE. There will never be any chance they will ever be able to reconcile with her to where she'll be willing to let them put Owen into the Hall of Fame. When Brett was back with the company a couple years ago, he wore a shirt of him and his brother, and she threatened to sue the WWE for unlawful use of Owen's image when WWE didn't have a say in that. That was a Brett thing. That was all Brett.
Mm-hmm.
And she wanted to go after the WWE for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's move on and talk about one of the biggest topics that has faced a company outside of who should get inducted into the Hall of Fame. That is the ticket prices, man. I mean, they have been raking in the cash since the merger with TKO, and ticket prices have been astounding to say the least. I mean, WrestleMania's average ticket price rose by about 140% over the past 10 years. Premium seats at WrestleMania 42 have been listed nearly $9,000, and that is before fees. Even for regular shows, the cheapest WWE ticket now commonly start at around $200 for televised events. That's a massive spike over the recent years, leading many to wonder how the green shirt guy is able to make it to practically every major event at this point. But while speaking on TMZ, Paul Walter Hauser commented on WWE's rising ticket prices. He then compared that to going to an AEW show where ticket prices are much more reasonable. look, times are a lot harder than they used to be, but corporations don't really have a feeling towards that type of situation. And it sucks because you can get a really good show with the WWE, but practically take out a second mortgage on your home to go, or spend less money and, quite honestly, get a shit show that is all elite wrestling. Either way, it's a lose-lose situation. But fans are all over feeling the sting of price gouging, and especially us generational fans, because us on this show, we're generational fans. We started watching wrestling back in the 80s, and we continue to watch it today because we love it. But the fans help drive the popularity of this promotion to the moon. Now they're doing fewer house shows, but so many damn PLEs. I agree with Paul Walter Hauser. I mean, for these ticket prices, I can't go to an event, and I've never been to a show before. But not only are you alienating the generational fans, but you're also alienating the possible new fans that maybe can't afford those tickets now, but they could have afforded them, 20 years ago.
Well, I'm on Ticketmaster right now.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at tickets for SmackDown at Ball Arena Friday, November 21st at 5:30 p.m. in the only time zone that matters, mine. You damn right. So at the very top of the arena, the worst seats in the building, limited view, the lowest price I found is $73.65. One section over from that, also with limited view, the cheapest price that they have there is $100.45.
That makes no sense. Why the fucking jump?
Now, we're talking the very top of the arena, right? You go one section below those.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be more.
And tickets jump to, this one's $80.35 with a limited view. But stage is here. The first section I looked at was here. This is kind of right here. So the view is a little worse, but it's a little more expensive because it's a slightly lower level. Then you go one to the left of that, still on that slightly lower level, $211.80 is the cheapest price.
And the thing is, Baron, it's like if every year your favorite NFL team was in, or maybe every day your favorite NFL team was in the Super Bowl. Let's say the Super Bowl was every fucking day, or at least every single week. These are Super Bowl prices that people are still fucking paying.
Well, what's even crazier, as you said, your favorite team. So that's a standard price for a Dallas Cowboys ticket. So that's not a good comparison because, like, Dallas Cowboys tickets, I mean, they're the most popular team in all sports. So, like, they are trust me, I look at these tickets all the time for Dallas Cowboys because I'm trying to go all the time. So they're pretty relatively expensive, but like it doesn't stop at sports. It goes to concerts. It goes to movie tickets. Everything is expensive here. So that is the problem we currently have as human beings in life, this point in life. Everything's expensive. We can't enjoy anything that we want to enjoy. And that's just corporate America. Like, that's how it is. It sucks. And my biggest thing I could tell the people is just don't go to the fucking show.
Corporate America is buying into inflation in a big way, and they are using it to their advantage.
Absolutely. And over time,
but people are going to get sick of this. People are going to get tired of trying to scrape up enough money so that their kids can have a good birthday and they can take them to their favorite wrestling show or a Monday Night Raw or a SmackDown. God forbid, even a PLE. But and Sean pointed this out in a fantastic way. The problem with ticket prices is that people are still paying it. It's time for fans to band together and stop paying it. When we want a wrestler push, we get vocal. We could do the same thing here. I really do agree.
I totally agree as well. I think that's something we need to do as human beings, whether it's football, basketball, wrestling, everything, everything. That's a thing.
Hey, I mean, when they start having limited seats, like what AEW is doing. But that's the thing too. It's like AEW's tickets are so cheap, but you go see a shit show, but you go to the WWE, you pay an arm and a leg, and basically sell your soul to get a ticket. And you get a good show.
Yeah, just to throw out tickets prices because we just brought it up. So Cowboys are playing the Carolina Panthers, one of the worst teams right now in the NFL. Nosebleed seats, very top level, $214.
That is insane for the where at? We're in Dallas?
In Dallas, yes. I don't think those tickets would be that expensive if it was in Carolina. I could be wrong. I could check the prices on that. But I'm just giving you a comparison to where, like if you go look up the Chiefs, I bet you they're the same price, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So like
their home fields are going to be a lot more.
Yeah. So Dallas is 214. The middle section would be 876. Yeah. We're talking low level. The front row kind of depends on where section you sit at. We're looking at the 800 to 1,000 range, and then you're looking goalposts. You're looking at about $600. So like that is to me,
also,
that's just insane.
I mean, it also depends on how many Super Bowls they've won. Dallas has won 5. We've won Chiefs. Talking about the Chiefs, they've won 3?
Yes.
It just depends on how many Super Bowl wins you have versus your and to your home field.
Yeah. Well, kind of, sort of, but also in the same sense, the popularity. Dallas Cowboys are the most popular sports franchise in the world, and that's where they get you, and they're paying back that stadium. But yeah, Chiefs tickets are probably like that. They're probably going to dwindle down a little bit. So it's frustrating as sports fan, wrestling fan to go to those events. I felt like shit when I bought those tickets to Backlash a few months back because it wasn't necessary. I shouldn't have paid that much. I really wanted to go to the show.
But the thing about it is, we shouldn't have to decide whether it's necessary or not.
Yeah, you're right. I really shouldn't. I should never feel guilty about that. And I shouldn't have to worry about going bankrupt by paying for those tickets either, right? Exactly. That's the problem. And you're totally right. Fans need to band together. Stop going to these fucking shows. And have them lower the ticket prices because it's just absurd, man.
And that's a problem, though. I just sent a picture over. Yeah. And it's the seats right behind Cole, right? So I can sit there and yell, "Fire Cole," at a WWE event. Now, you'll notice that the section right here, you can't see it because the FFF is over it. But right underneath that is where the ring is. So right here, right below, in fact, right where it says verified, is where that announce table is going to be sitting. And those 5 red dots, which I'm hovering over to show you this, are open seats behind Cole that are $2,040.48, not including fees and taxes. Look at the rest of that section. Mm-hmm. Look how many gray spots there are. People paid the money. They're like, "Oh, yeah, $2,000 here. Take my money. You buy 5 of those, you're out $10,000. I don't know about you guys, but I don't make that kind of money."
I know for fact, and this could have changed through the years, behind commentary, at least the first 6 rows behind commentary, from my acknowledgement, I'm sure not every single seat, but a large portion of those seats are held seats kind of by WWE for the most part. Now, obviously, that chart's showing you a little different. I only know this because we ended up buying higher seat tickets years ago, a few years back, me and my buddy, and they messed up on our tickets or whatever the case may be. And WWE comped us and actually gave us front row behind Michael Cole for free. We paid no money. They reimbursed us the money for tickets, and they gave us those 2 tickets. And we're just like, what? And this was Monday Night Raw. So like they had those seats kind of available, and I feel like nobody's buying those $2,000 seats. There's no fucking way. I feel like those are passed out seats to fill out the camera angles and shit like that. But nonetheless, people quit fucking going to them, quit paying for it. I would really like to see UFC ticket prices, Max, if you could find those, because that is the clear indicator that is TKO. Because anybody willing to pay that price tag for a stupid fucking UFC fight is absurd.
Got to be more in Vegas. I mean, they have to be more in Vegas.
Oh yeah, but yeah, it's a massive problem.
It is a massive problem, and it's got to be. You know, we don't pay. We don't want to pay boxing prices to go see a wrestling show. We want to pay wrestling prices to go see a fucking wrestling show, and that is just it just baffles me how these people are even affording to go to a show, because you got to think too, you're paying for show, you're paying for parking, you're paying for merchandise, you're paying for food, you're paying for drinks and whatever else. You know, nothing is cheap. Parking's not cheap, merch isn't cheap, I'm sure the food isn't cheap.
Oh god,
the drinks aren't cheap. So you're spending a fucking arm and a leg to go to the show. You're basically going broke just to watch, just to be able to be a fucking fan of the WWE. You're going broke.
Yeah, and just to give you a comparison real quick. So growing up, I grew up in a trailer court. My mother worked her fucking tail off to provide for 2 kids, right? So she was able to get money to go to WrestleMania 17 in Houston. Mm-hmm. That was the Rock versus Austin. And, you know, she was able to buy us tickets for that event. But the comparison I'm making is that the ticket prices at that current time had to be at least hundreds of dollars cheaper then versus now, right? Because my mother would never have been able to afford that. Because she hit me up not too long ago to kind of tell me, hey, you know, wrestling's coming to Phoenix. You kind of want to go? And I was like, or no, it was Vegas. She was talking about Vegas, WrestleMania coming into Vegas. And she's like, you want to go? You know, let's look at the tickets. And she looked at the prices and said, fuck this. And she makes quadruple the amount of money now than she ever did back then.
Yeah, right. So,
like, it's just crazy how fast that changes.
All right, sent.
It is, yeah. So thanks to Max, I'm just going to read this. Ticket prices for UFC 320 on October 4th at the T-Mobile Arena in Vegas started at around $299. They could go up to over $14,000 for VIP packages, with average prices around $182 in resales on StubHub starting at $283. So the cheapest prices for Vivid seats was $74. The most expensive was $299 from TickPick, and the average ticket price is $182. The most expensive is over $14,000.
That's crazy,
and that is a TKO thing.
Yeah.
So this is all a fucking TKO thing, and I'm telling you, TKO, pay attention to what I'm saying here. I hope that this circulates back to you. We're not going to pay the fucking prices that you charge for UFC for us to go to a fucking WWE show. First of all, I'm sorry, it's not worth it. It's really not worth it. It's a good fucking show. It's a good fucking promotion, but it's not worth that money.
I want to point out the first price you said, $74. This was a price listed on Vivid Seats for the lowest price to get into the event. Okay. And the next price is tickets started at this price for the event. What the fuck does that mean? $74 just to get into the event without a seat? Is that what that means?
Or like that's dumb. Like why even go?
I don't know. I don't know what that means. I'm just like,
I have no idea.
What the fuck?
I have no idea. But also I think all these tickets are sold on Ticketmaster, and Ticketmaster is another fucking ordeal. It's just Ticketmaster's a shit show with all the fees that they charge, and it's just ridiculous. TKO, again, I hope this gets back to you. We don't want to pay your prices because they're too fucking expensive. Lower them, please. Baron, let's get to your buzzkill moment. Thanks to ringsidenews.com. This is a bit of a big time buzzkill if you're an AEW fan, but it's good for you because you're a Shawn Michaels fan. And Tony Khan believes that AEW is having one of its best years yet, but while Dynamite just hit its 6-year milestone, the celebration lands next to a brutal reminder that NXT on the CW has been crushing them in the ratings. During a new interview with Forbes's Rob Wolkenbrod, Khan reflected on AEW's growth, calling 2025 their strongest year yet across both TV and pay-per-view. He accredited AEW's rise to three key factors: the best wrestlers in the world, an incredible staff, and the most loyal fans we could ever hope for, end quote. Khan also addressed AEW's streaming success, especially with HBO Max coming into the fold, even though we never know what the fucking numbers are. But he says, as Khan tried to back it up with the numbers, he stated, if you look at Q4 in 2024 and then all of 2025, first quarter, second quarter, and as we wrap up the third, we're ahead of where we finished in 2024. It's been a really great year, end quote. But while AEW keeps touting momentum, Forbes' writer Alfred Kanua, believe I pronounced that right, quietly delivered a sobering update. And Baron, he revealed that NXT on CW has beaten AEW Dynamite in the ratings 48 out of the last 52 weeks since moving to broadcast television. Even more, he pointed out another powerful stat, saying that every single day in the history of NXT on CW, the men's NXT champ has been black, including Obafemi, Trick Williams, and now Ricky Saints, who is the champ. But no matter the skin color, they're all holding the top spot while NXT thrives on the CW. AEW has pyro and press quotes, but the numbers don't lie. NXT is dominating AEW. So, Baron, is Tony just ignoring the numbers? Is he just blind to everything, hoping someone believes in the hype behind AEW?
Well, I can tell you, we don't believe in the hype.
I don't believe hype.
The comment about the champion thing, like,
yeah,
why was that necessary? Why did they mention that?
I think he's trying to make a point. Because most of the champs on AEW are white. I don't know why that matters.
It doesn't matter. It's all about booking and how we progress. We just came off a great showdown show.
Yes.
Tonight with NXT and TNA, we clearly see progression. We clearly see the Hardy Boys walking out with 2 belts now. They get to go cross-promote TNA and NXT with that belt, and who better to do so than the Hardy Boys, the best tag team probably of all time in that top echelon group, right? So, like, that's booking. That's great booking. And clearly Shawn Michaels knows what the fuck he's doing. I mean, he's one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, clearly. So, yeah, I mean, like, you know, it's a clear indicator that NXT is doing things properly. I think also AEW's got to mix up with their whole viewership thing that nobody can explain. And we just got belts on people that don't make sense. Like, I can't even tell you who the fucking AEW champion is right now, to be honest with you. Who is it?
I haven't watched AEW programming in months, so I have no clue. The last I knew, it was John Moxley.
Hangman.
Who is it?
Hangman.
Hangman
Page. Yes, that's right. Yeah, that's right. I do remember Hangman Adam Page. That's about the time I quit watching.
See, I don't remember that. I just watched the other night, so that should tell you enough. You know, you got fucking. I mean, AEW was on tonight, right? Isn't that when they started?
Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night.
But they're coming to Tuesday.
Oh
no. That was on tonight.
Yeah, because they're trying to go head to head with.
They're going to head to head direct competition.
Yeah, because it's Title Tuesday on Dynamite.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So that was on tonight,
and I didn't watch it.
I didn't either, but I did see a clip of Darby Allin cooking a fucking Molotov. So like that's my point here. It's like, what are we doing with shit, right?
Cooking the Molotov.
Yeah, it's on Twitter. It's all over Twitter. I didn't watch it either because it was NXT that was on. So I know that what they're trying to do, they're trying to go head to head with them. You're not gonna win that battle, I don't think, with cooking Molotovs. But you know, by all means, do your thing. Luckily, you have the Jacksonville Jaguars to back yourself up nowadays because they're doing extremely well. But AEW is, to me, a very hot mess, and it sucks because they do. When we talk about roster, they got the best on the. There was only 2 belt defenses. Wait, so like, how many matches were on this card?
I don't know. Let's see, man.
Because I actually forgot this was even on tonight until I seen Twitter while I was watching NXT, and I'm like, wait, fuck, AEW is on Tuesdays now.
They don't have the results up yet.
Probably because it's still going. They probably started at 4 p.m. today, and it's still going with only 2 title matches. That's probably why you don't see the results yet. So it's unfortunate. I think, like I said, we always say they have the talent. They need to take care of the talent, do some things.
I usually rely on the AI overview when I Google something, but I really think it's on drugs tonight. The results for the latest AEW Title Tuesday on October 7th, 2025 include Jon Moxley retaining the AEW World Championship by defeating Tomohiro Ishii, and Kyle Fletcher retaining the AEW TNT Championship against Kyle O'Reilly. In a street fight, the Hurt Syndicate defeated the Demand, and Jurassic Express also secured a victory against an unnamed duo.
So you also had Pac versus Orange Cassidy, the Hurt Syndicate versus the Demand, Ricochet, Bishop Khan, and Toa Leona. You also have She Who Shall Not Be Named, who issued an open challenge for the TBS Championship because she's done that 47 times. Jurassic Express, Jack Perry and Luchasaurus in action, and Hangman Adam Page and Samoa Joe had a face-to-face segment.
So wait, Okada has 3 titles, and we're bitching about the name that the person that should not be named.
Well, I'm complaining about the fact that she has 9 titles and doesn't need that many.
Yeah, but we don't always worry about.
But I was just complaining about
Okada
the fact that the AI overview says Moxley defeated Tomohiro Ishii to retain the AEW World Championship when Moxley didn't have a title for that match.
So, oh jeez, what a nightmare. Okada has AEW Unified Champion, AE Continental Champion, AE International Champion. Then we still have a Trios Championship for whatever fucking reason. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on anymore.
Like nothing makes sense over it.
Nothing makes sense.
Nothing makes sense
at all. Fucking at all.
It's just so this is why NXT is kicking their ass, because nothing is making sense. And I please, AEW, keep going head to head with NXT. They're going to kill you.
Get dusted.
They are going to kill you.
And I wanted to make a point about that. If Tony, listen, I've offered my services. I've offered to bring my team with me. But now let me explain a little bit of math to you. 48 out of 52, when you're not going head-to-head, only predicts bad things when you try to go head-to-head. That's basic mathematics. I don't even need to invoke Steiner math. I just need basic maths to know that you're dumb for thinking that you have a chance going head-to-head when you've lost 48 out of 52 weeks. Because 48 is more than 4.
And you would think, I mean, okay, if this were, let's say, Dixie Carter over in TNA, she would pull her head out of her ass and fucking get on something else and do something different with her promotion. If this was Hulk Hogan over at TNA, he would get his head out of his ass and do something different with the promotion, at least to get some eyes on it. But this isn't your regular promoter. This is a fucking fanboy who has a lot of fucking money thanks to his daddy and said, I want to own a wrestling promotion. Daddy says, okay, gives him the money, gets together with Cody Rhodes, who actually knows a thing or two about fucking professional wrestling and how to book shows. And then Cody fucking winds up leaving the promotion because of Tony Khan, goes back home to the WWE, and now Tony Khan has a failing fucking a failing promotion, and he's also, from what I understand, what's going on with Kenny Omega? Okay, Kenny was injured, and then he came back, and he was put through a fucking table, and he went away for a week so he could go play fucking video games in Japan. And now he came back, and he's still getting fucking paid. So is he injured? Is he not? What the fuck? What the fuck, Tony? Dude, this doesn't make this not even good. It's not even good. What you're doing is it's just pissing people. It's pissing fans off, man. Fans are smart, dude. Fans are fucking smart, and I'm not talking about the regular AEW fans that watch this like religiously. I'm talking about generational fans that fucking love professional wrestling and they understand some of the ins and outs of this. This isn't good. It's not good TV. It's not good storytelling. It's not good for your business. It's not good for anything. It's not good for your TV. It's not good for Warner Brothers Discovery, who is going under. Where are you going to go, Tony? Where are you going? You got to find a new TV deal. Well, yeah, I mean, you got to find a new TV deal soon. And we're going to talk about Andrade. We're going to talk about Killer Kross, because Killer Kross has some stipulations if he's going to go to AEW. But we'll take a short break, come back after this. Hey, what's up? It's Dizzy from Ramblers Unleashed. And do you find yourself missing the Ramblers between episodes?
I wouldn't call it missing us.
Oh, come on, Max. Our listeners might say otherwise.
Oh, sure. Let's trust their opinions.
I mean, they are the ones who tune in every week. We should consider their opinions.
All right. I guess you have a point. Speaking of, did you have a point at the start of this?
Oh, yeah. Thanks for reminding me.
Don't blame me for this.
Look, if you miss us between episodes, you can always listen back to past episodes and check out our reels on youtube.com/Ramblers Unleashed.
They can? I suppose next year you're going to tell us they can chat with us on Discord as well.
Hey, funny you should mention that. Find the Discord link in the description of our videos.
Hey, nice shameless plug.
Oh, thank you. All right, we still have our predictions to get to for Crown Jewel. Keep thinking of your predictions and predict along with us when we get there. Let's hop into some AEW news. And Andrade, his big comeback wasn't just about shocking fans. It's apparently about a bigger plan. After his surprise return on the October 1st episode of Dynamite, the former WWE star is officially all elite again, and AEW has long-term goals in mind for him. So as noted earlier, Andrade was free to sign immediately after being fired from the WWE earlier this summer since there was no non-compete clause. He's wasted no time making an impact at attacking Kenny Omega, joining the Don Callis family. Now, we know there's more to the story. And in the latest Wrestling Observer newsletter, Uncle Dave revealed that AEW has a strategic reason for bringing back Andrade. Here's what he said, guys, and I quote, "As for Andrade, a big part of bringing him back in is wanting another Hispanic star to help build the company up in Mexico and on Fox Sports Mexico, since he has a big name in that country," end quote. The timing makes sense. Andrade's return after Kenny Omega and Brodito defeated the Young Bucks and Josh Alexander. Omega's celebration was cut short when the Bucks turned on him, setting off post-match chaos. Jack Perry and Luchasaurus even tried even the odds, but tensions exploded between Perry and Omega. The lights dropped, and when they came on, Andrade stood in the middle of the ring, took Omega out in a shocking assault, instantly put him in the center of AEW's top storyline. But there's some debate over Andrade's return and the company's reliance on ex-WWE stars. And as for the former WWE star making his return to Dynamite and attacking Kenny Omega to align with the Don Callis family, it was confirmed that Andrade now has signed a full-time deal with AEW with a non-compete clause after being fired from WWE. He jumped right back into the storyline. But on Wrestling Observer Radio, Meltzer didn't hold back his opinion. Guys, I think we can agree with this. Listen up. He questioned AEW's decision to bring back Andrade back at all, calling it another misstep in a pattern of signing ex-WWE talent who bring more baggage than benefit. And Meltzer also argued that AEW didn't need Andrade and has too many wrestlers being already underutilized. This, for the first time in a long time, I absolutely agree with Uncle Dave. AEW has a problem of collecting former WWE talent and running a storyline with them for only a month or so and then putting them on the shelf. Tony really does see these wrestlers as his fucking toys, pulling them off the shelf only when he wants to play with them. These are people. They have families. They have lives. If you continue to pull former WWE talent to your company and misuse the shit out of them, nobody is going to give a shit about them until they go back to the WWE. And B, AEW just looks fucking stupid for abandoning his storyline for whatever reason. And see, the fans are going to get tired of the same shit. Every time they get someone new, they either push them to the moon or they push them only for as long as they want to use them. Honestly, I don't see Andrade getting much utilization after this. And if Daddy has to wrestlers, and fine by me, go broke, I don't care. But the fans won't give a fuck either, and we've seen that.
But WWE did the same thing. So, like, it's apple oranges type of situation because, like, let's look at Aleister Black. Let's look at Rusev. Like, Cody Rhodes maybe be the one from AEW that went and skyrocketed in WWE. But WWE does the same thing. You know? Like Monroe, like, sitting in NXT, and I'm not quite sure that's a great picture to look at there. Like, so I don't know.
They didn't even use Jordan Grace in the NXT TNA bout. They made her ref.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, Jordan Grace is like, she's not AEW though.
No, she's not. She's NXT, but
so like WWE does the same shit as AEW does. They go back and forth. Andre, he should have a great career at this point, but I'm not sure what's happening. He's just back and forth everywhere, and that sucks because he's great talent.
It was the right time to bring Andrade back, but it's still not the right time to bring back Britt Baker. Yeah, all right, Tony. I got you. Take a little bit more of that nose candy there, buddy.
Well, and that's another thing too. It's you know, all these superstars, and Uncle Dave said it. All these superstars are underutilized, and there's another story going around that Killer Kross and Scarlett, they're officially free agents. We know that. And while enjoying the freedom of the indie scene, they're not ruling out a future with AEW. But Scarlett recently sat down with Insight with Chris Van Vliet and explained why they're being careful about their next move after exiting the WWE. Scarlett confirmed that AEW was on the table before they re-signed with the WWE in 2022, but at the time, the creative didn't line up. Now that they're back on the market, it's not about chasing the biggest offer. It's about finding the right fit. And Kross has made it perfectly clear that creative direction matters more than any paycheck. Here's what Scarlett said, and I quote, "I've always been sold on a creative principle versus money. If you put a pile of money in front of me there's no principles attached to it, I'm telling you straight up, I'm not interested. If I was lying to you about that, I would have just took what they offered me." Scarlett also echoed that sentiment, saying any major move like signing with the AEW would be treated as a serious long-term commitment. She said if they go to AEW, then they want to be in AEW forever to make the company the absolute best. But I have my doubts on that. Not that wherever they go, they'll make anyone great. That's not the issue. I love Killer Kross. I love Scarlett. When they were in WWE, they were fantastic. They were probably my favorite people to watch on that program. But AEW is in the tanker, and AEW can't give them creative. They sure as shit won't listen to Kross about creative, namely Tony Khan. Scarlett and Kross need to be somewhere to build a promotion from the ground up, not a promotion that's imploding from the inside out. And I advise to stay as far away from AEW as to possibly can before you get sucked into the fold of never being utilized, always being ignored, Tony Khan making false promises, and the list goes on and on and on. Shit, I mean, reach out to Jake Hager, dude. He'll tell you the same thing, and I'm sure a whole lot more. AEW is not a good place to be if you want to go. It's like where wrestlers go to just die. You know, their careers are up here. After they get out of the WWE, they're kind of stalled. And then they go to the AEW because they're promised, like, well, I'm going to use you in a storyline. I'm going to utilize you in the most way ever. And then they just get utilized for a month. And then they just get.
Then their contract ends. They go back to WWE.
Exactly.
They have a good push, and then it happens again. And
what's the fucking pattern? What's the fucking pattern?
Yeah.
Here? Watch the pattern. You know, I'm just saying, be careful. Don't go to please don't go to AEW. It won't make me watch the promotion anymore. If you go there, I love you, but I'm not going to watch because I don't want to see you two get underutilized. And I don't want to see you two be used for star power. And that's exactly what Tony Khan is doing with these former WWE superstars. He's using them for star power. He's trying to use them to get eyes on the promotion, but then the eyes get on the promotion and they don't want to fucking watch the promotion anymore because they don't know what the fuck is going on. And it's just all stupid. It's really just fucking dumb. So I just advise against that. Let's move to some happier news, though. Let's talk about TNA. And anybody here fan of Victoria back in the WWE? Remember Victoria?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. She has been advocated for her Hall of Fame induction, but it hasn't happened yet. Now, the former WWE and TNA Women's Champion will induct Mickie James into the TNA Hall of Fame this weekend. On Sunday, October 12th, Mickie James will be honored at Bound for Glory 2025. Lisa Marie Varon is her real name. Was known as Victoria in the WWE and Tara in TNA. She'll handle the induction, and during an interview with SoCal Val, Mickie James spoke about selecting Lisa Marie to induct her. Mickie James had the decision-making power, and she chose Varon herself. She wasn't sure if Ron's WWE Legends contract would cause a problem, but TNA quickly approved the request. After all, the company continues to have a working relationship with WWE, so since its creation, the TNA Hall of Fame has honored Sting in 2012, Kurt Angle in 2013, Team 3D with Bully Ray and Devon in 2014, Jeff Jarrett and Earl Hebner in 2015, Gail Kim in 2016, Abyss in 2018, Ken Shamrock in 2020, Awesome Kong in 2021, Raven in 2022, Mike Tenay, Don West, and Tracy Brooks in 23, Rhino and Bob Ryder in 24. Now Mickie James, along with the beautiful people Angela Love and Velvet Sky in 2025, which is fucking awesome. I'm happy about that. Golfers clap for that because that's big. That's a great induction. Great induction. Crown Jewel is this weekend, guys. Are we ready for Crown Jewel?
Yes.
No, because I'm not waking up at 8 fucking a.m. my time to watch that shit. Well, I'm not. I can anyways, but still, come on, man, because that's literally on 8 a.m. Central Time.
Yeah, so question of the day, who's getting up early to watch Crown Jewel? I'm not. I'll be in bed. I will totally be in bed, but I still think we should do some predictions as the question of the day. Let's do some predictions, and you know what? Let's start with Chicago, Max.
Real quick, I do want to point out that it doesn't start at 8 a.m. your time. It starts at 7 a.m. your time, 6 a.m. my time.
Oh, yeah.
That pre-show that starts at 7? Or the
Nope.
actual show?
Is that
the actual show?
Oh, my fucking God, dude. Why? Who's wanting to wake up to watch wrestling at 7 a.m.? Can I at least have my eggs and my fucking bacon and some like salt? Like, come on, no. That's just no.
You can have your breakfast while you watch it. And
no, I need to watch my fucking Seinfeld reruns before I get going.
wake up to a lovely cup of coffee and watch wrestling.
I love wrestling more than the next person, but waking up at 7 a.m. to watch it is just ridiculous. It doesn't make sense. I am so against this fucking overseas Crown Jewel PLEs because the Crown, like, where they're going, the crowd's going to suck compared to, like, France and shit, but, like, this is not my time. I'm just bitching about the 7 a.m. Let me do that on my time. Go ahead, Max.
Right.
I might be up that early myself. I haven't figured that out yet.
Right. Max, let's get your predictions real quick. Let's start with Cody Rhodes, the SmackDown's undisputed WWE champion, versus Seth Rollins, the Raw's World Heavyweight Champion, a singles match for the Crown Jewel Championship. Who do you got?
Well, first, let me remind everybody that at No Mercy, Dizzy and I both got 6 out of 6, and Baron got 3 out of 6. That being said, I went back and forth on this one. I mean, really, the Crown Jewel Championship is only defended at Crown Jewel. So it's not like this is that big of a deal, in my opinion, either way. But I went back and forth. I really think that Seth is going to go over in this one.
Okay. Has he ever won one? I don't think he has.
I believe this will only be the second Crown Jewel Championship match. And the previous one was hold on.
So yeah, he's never won. He's never won a Crown Jewel. Interesting.
It was Cody won the last one. And for all I know, hey, they may have him win it again. But I'm really thinking it's going to be Seth this year.
Okay.
Let's see. It was Cody versus Gunther last year.
Yeah, right. Yeah. What do you think about Stephanie Vicaire and Tiffany Stratton? That's a hard one to predict.
Oh, that's a hard one. All right.
Mm-hmm.
If you know what I mean. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. This is another one I kind of went back and forth on, and I really think that you want to make Stephanie Vaquer look larger than life right now. And I really think that for that to happen, you need her to win this.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got Vaquer going over.
That's surprising. You picked Vaquer over Tiffy time. That's crazy. Normally you don't do that.
I know, but I actually, after going 6 out of 6 last time, I put some thought into my picks for tonight.
Yeah, I say you have. How about John Cena versus AJ Styles?
Well, they're both about to retire, so honestly, we don't need one to win to get the boost off of this match. So I'm going with Cena to win to get his 100th PLE victory.
Okay. Rhea Ripley and Io Sky versus the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi Sane tag team match.
Listen, I think this match is going to be fun. Don't you get me wrong. It's going to be a fun match.
Mm-hmm.
On a PLE, though, is it really necessary? I don't think it's necessary on a PLE.
No.
All 4 women are damn good, but I think the way you've had the Kabuki Warriors dominating Rio and Io over the last several weeks, I really think Rhea and Io have to get the win Saturday to make up for that.
Yeah, okay. And what about Roman Reigns versus Bronson Reed in another overplayed fucking street fight? Australian street fight, mind you.
Well, I really thought about this, and I think it's funny that they've got Roman Reigns doing a street fight when he's filming Street Fighter in Australia at this time, as well as doing his WWE commitment. And I was looking at that because I was wondering, is he about to take time off for Street Fighter? And no, it looks like they're already filming and he's able to do both somehow. So it's not like he's going to take a loss and take time off. So I think Roman's going to win this, and because he's got to make up for losing to Bronson last time.
Wasn't Street Fighter, isn't it already like in post-production? Like Cody Rhodes is in it too.
I looked it up and it's still filming right now.
Is it?
I'm finding mixed start dates. One of them said August, one said September, but it definitely says that it's still filming everything I found.
Okay. Baron, let's move to you and get your predictions. And we'll start with Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins for the Crown Jewel Championship. Who do you got? Hard one, I know.
That is a really tough one. The more you think about it, because like either one can win and it doesn't really matter, right? Like, so it's like a toss. And I'm gonna go Cody Rhodes.
Okay. Stephanie Vaquer versus Tiffany Stratton for the women's crown.
Give me Stephanie. Don't miss me with that Tiffy time shit. I'm over that. That is just, I'm nauseated at this point.
All right. John Cena versus AJ Styles.
Fuck. This card is actually, I might go 0 for however many matches we have here, because like this is anybody could win type situation here, right? Like there's nothing on the line type of deal. John Cena, man, you got to put. I'm not picking John Cena here, but you're at your final stage. Give us a fucking killer match. We know we're gonna get it with him and AJ. I want to go with AJ. I got to go with AJ.
I think AJ deserves it. Honestly,
I'm trying to remember what is their match count currently. Max, do you know it off the top of your head?
Hold on.
Because that really matters if there's, like a 1-1.
So John Cena and AJ Styles have had 4 televised singles matches.
Current win-loss record of 2-2.
2-2. So it's anybody's game. It really is.
And John Cena just lost, right, to Brock Lesnar.
Yes.
Fuck. I'm going with AJ Styles regardless, but I really, truly believe John Cena is going to win.
Okay. How about Rhea Ripley and Io Sky versus the Kabuki Warriors?
That's a weird thing that's happened with the Kabuki Warriors. I don't ever go against Rhea, so I'm going to go with Rhea here.
Okay. And how about Roman Reigns and Bronson Reed in an Australian street fight?
Kangaroos are going to be involved. It's going to get insane.
Koala bears are going to be thrown.
No, do not harm the koala bears, please. They went through enough with the fucking
and some of them giant
out there.
Australian spiders, mate.
Yeah, I might.
Yeah, crocodiles. Look at that croc.
And the dingo's going to eat Bronson's baby.
Yeah, Roman's got to win. I'm never going to ever pick against Roman at this point.
Yeah. For me, Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins. Cody's already won a Crown Jewel championship. I'm going with Seth. I'm going with Seth Rollins on this one. Stephanie Vaquer versus Tiffany Stratton for the women's Crown Jewel championship. Vaquer's getting pushed to the moon, and if she's going to keep getting pushed, she should win this. So I'm going to give it to Stephanie Vaquer. John Cena versus AJ Styles. We have to remember that AJ has every single PLE he's been involved in. He's put the talent over. He's put him over, right? I think it's just a rite of passage if John Cena puts AJ over. So I'm going with Styles for that match. Rhea Ripley and Io Sky versus the Kabuki Warriors. I don't know. I'm going to go with the Kabuki Warriors. And Roman Reigns versus Bronson Reed, Australian street fight. If there's not any fucking didgeridoos that's pulled out and smacked across the head with one, I'm going to be really upset. Really upset. And I better hear Michael Cole fucking speaking an Australian accent. I'm going to go with Roman Reigns on this to win. And Sean says Rollins, Vaquer, Cena, Rhea, Io, and Roman. Good picks. Good picks. Let us know your picks in the comments below. And hopefully you enjoy Crown Jewel early in the fucking morning. I guarantee.
Props to you if you're waking up, Sean. And you know what, Sean? If I was your wife, I would make fun of you as well. All love, buddy.
Yeah. So that is the show for this week. Yes, go ahead, Max.
Wait, I found something while I was looking up the information for the show, and I want to share it with you real quick before we go off air. Mm-hmm. So we talked last week. Baron initiated this at the end of the night about who we thought was going to be Cena's last opponent. The Daytona Beach Journal, I think, is the website I've pulled up here. But it looks like it's from USA Today Network. They are reporting as of 5:15 Eastern today that John Cena's last opponent is showing up in reports as being Gunther.
Wow.
Yeah, I've seen those two from quite a few sources. So that's what I want to see. I want to see him put over. I've said this for weeks, months now. I want him to put over younger talent. I think Gunther would be that would be perfect. Yeah, so I'm for that. I want that versus a Brock Lesnar or an Edge or something along those lines. So I'm all for that. Good.
I'm all for that too. That would be really interesting to watch. I dig it. I'm for it. But that is going to do it for us tonight. No show next week unless something big happens. We're going to take a week off. But enjoy Crown Jewel And we'll be back next week the week after next to talk about it. So in the meantime,
he misspoke. We're not taking next week off. Sean's just going to do the whole show for us while the three of us take care of stuff for ourselves.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Sean,
yes. Thank you, Sean.
We're going to turn the show over to you, bud.
All yours.
All yours. Baron, how can they follow you on social media, sir?
Scumbag Jordan with 3 N's. You won't follow me, but that's fine.
You better follow him. You better fucking follow him. Or else I'm going to go to the complaint department and fucking complain again.
Yeah, where was the complaint department tonight? He didn't even show up.
I know. I talked to him earlier tonight too, and I didn't even ask him if he was going to show up. But
he's probably taking PTO. You know how these people are.
Yeah, I know. Well, the complaint department is.
We're paying him.
We'll get into that's another conversation. Max, how can they follow you, sir?
You can find me at Max Magius. You can find my other podcast at Our Shots Podcast. Go to any place where you listen to podcasts. We're probably there. Listen to Random Shots or go to random-shots.net. And as always, please send all complaints to Deactivated Styles. He didn't show up tonight, so please overwhelm him with complaints.
Go back and complain about the fact that he didn't show up tonight.
Yeah, do that.
All right. And while you're doing that, you can follow us on social media. Find us on Facebook at Ramblers Unleashed. You can also follow us on X at The Ramblers Pod. And hit the subscribe button here on YouTube. And hit the bell icon. That really helps us grow the channel and tells YouTube that you like what we're doing and suggests our videos to more people. And enjoy Crown Jewel. And we'll be back the week after next to talk more wrestling with you. So enjoy professional wrestling for what?
You forgot one thing.
What?
You didn't tell them where to find this podcast. You told them YouTube, you told them all that, but you didn't say the Ramblers Pod.
I did at the Ramblers Pod on X.
Did you hear him say it, Baron?
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Don't put me in this.
Baron's like,
it doesn't matter. It doesn't
put me on a spot like that. I don't know.
All right. We're out of here. Have a good week, and we'll talk to you soon. Keep stalking our socials. We'll tell you when we're on next.
Thanks for tuning in to Ramblers Unleashed. Follow the show on social media, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and click the bell icon for notifications of upcoming episodes.
That's it. I'm filing a complaint.